Holla Southwest, and congratulations on your new positions in serving the districts this year as amazing leaders. If you didn't already know, my name is Banna Tesfay, and I'm your Southwest District Secretary Treasurer, and I'm here via electronically to talk to the Secretaries and Treasurers about what we expect for you to all accomplish this year. I hope you guys are having loads of fun learning about new ways to lead and serve with your clubs at your officer trainings, but now it's time to get down to business. So let's get started. I have my laptop here, and it has all the information that I need to know about Secretaries and Treasurers because I am a human being and cannot remember everything off the top of my head, so please, bear with me. First, we're going to talk about secretaries. A good secretary is essential for any club if you're going to function well. The office of a secretary is one of the most demanding in Key Club, and the secretary manages all of the club's records, files, and details. The best ways for a secretary to begin his or her term is to talk to the present club secretary or the officer before them, to kind of talk to them and get them to know how they worked and what was best for them and find improvements in the way that they can lead. Duties and responsibilities. Responsible for all the club's records, it's imperative that a secretary be prompt, organized, and efficient. This means that the club records must be kept up to date and orderly. The Key Club secretary must keep a record file, and it should include all of the following: your club's bylaws, a Key Club guidebook, district constitution and bylaws, a Key Club timeline, minutes of all meetings, regular and board meetings, all committee reports, even though I know some of you clubs don't do year-round committees, and that's totally fine, but either way, any committee reports that you have, keep them. A list of committee chairs and members, the club's past achievement reports, the club's past monthly reports, so all the secretary reports, and the treasurer reports. Copies of the club's current and past annual dues submissions, your club's roster that has the following information for each member: their full name, home address, phone number, and email address, their date of birth, date that they joined Key Club, their committee assignments and any offices that they've held in Key Club, and their chief interest in Key Club work and their chief interest in sports and hobbies. So you can kind of work around the kids who have other things to do, because I know not everyone in your club, unfortunately, can be committed year-long to Key Club. But the more the merrier, right? So along with all the other stuff that should include in their record file is the names and addresses of present Key Club officers, copies of current and past Key Noter magazines and district publications. Our first one will be coming out soon via electronically, and our bulletin editor will keep you updated on that. And a complete set of printed material and Key Club literature. So the items listed are those formally found in well-organized and updated Key Club files. They're really important, so you should take a look through the files that you have, and if you have any of these items or if they're missing, you can please ask us, please ask any of your LTGs, ask your president. Most of the stuff that you would need can be found on the Key Club website, keyclub.org. Or if you need any help, you can totally email me and I'll give you my information at the end of the video. The secretary should record the following at each Key Club meeting: the number of members present, names of those absent, list of guests attending the meeting, and presiding officers. So that's it for secretaries, but I want you guys to know the secretary is a really important job. You keep everything that makes your club a club, and without that kind of organization, your club can fall apart just as easily. So don't take it for granted, and I want you guys to do the best that you can as being secretary. I myself hold both position of secretary and treasurer, and I can tell you, if we didn't have the minutes for any of our board meetings, who knows what would happen. So we really hope you guys keep yourselves up to date, and it's so important to be organized and to keep everything ready to go in case you need to find it ASAP, because I promise you someone will need something at some random time and you'll have to pull it out. Sorry for the change of scenery. I was sitting on the floor and it got pretty itchy, so I moved to sit down, which is perfect because now we're going to talk about the duties of a club treasurer. The office of club treasurer is important because the treasurer is in control of the club's money, its collection, and disbursement. The treasurer is responsible for keeping accurate books that will enable him or her to give a full financial report whenever requested. The treasurer should do his or her best to see that everything is done meticulously so that there are no doubts about his or her integrity. In some instances, the club may be permitted to keep a school checking or savings account, and if your club doesn't have permission to do that, you're still responsible as treasurer to keep records, and despite not being the person actually writing that check. If your school does allow you guys and your club to have its own checking and savings account, it's strongly advised that 2 signatures be required on that check, which would be your faculty advisor or Kiwanis advisor plus you. It should be noted that the treasurer's records always be open to inspection by the club's officers, faculty advisor, principal, and Kiwanis advisor. So now we're going to move on to the duties and responsibilities. You should collect member dues. We now have the Membership Update Center, which is a fast, easy way for us to keep track of all the members in the district as well as international. You can go online and find the website. If you don't already know about the Membership Update Center, or you haven't learned about it, or won't be learning about it, hopefully you have at your training. You can contact me or any of the other board members. You can talk to LTG about that. I will be sending out a newsletter soon that will explain how and what to do to get your membership information on the Membership Update Center. So look for that soon. And I will give you my contact info at the end of this, of course, so that you can contact me personally. You should prepare the club's budget and present it to the board for approval and ensure that the club activities adhere to the budget. You should maintain accurate financial records throughout the year to be revised at any time by any members, other officers, or administration. You should transact businesses through a bank or school account. Inform your club of its financial strengths and weaknesses. File appropriate forms with the Internal Revenue Service by February 15th, and that's only for the U.S. clubs. Inform the Kiwanis Club of your key club's financial status, because we really want to keep that connection strong with Kiwanis, and the best way is to letting them know anything that's going wrong with your club, especially financially, and especially when your Kiwanis Club is willing to help you. You should disperse funds and pay bills promptly as approved by the board of directors. Reconcile bank statements. Bill members for unpaid dues, that's really important. Deposit club funds. And understand school and club policies regarding student financial accounts relating to school organization. A few more things that your treasurer should do is you should think of an annual budget for your club. Find out what you want to do with your money and where it's going for the year so that you don't come up short toward the end. You want to make more money than you spend, and you want to have money saved up for things like convention, trips, camps, or just service projects. You want to make sure your club has that money ready to go, and you want to make sure you know what you're doing with it. Also, I want to go back to the collecting and submitting dues. Your club faculty advisor will receive a letter in early September containing your club's key number and your unique password. This will allow you to update your club roster and generate a dues invoice online at the Key Club Membership Update Center. Please keep this password safe and use it to add new members throughout the year. By updating your club's roster online, we ask that you do not mail any paper copies to anyone. The electronic submission will generate cards, pins, certificates, and handbooks for your new members much, much sooner. Annual dues are payable by November 1st and become past dues on December 1st. Clubs submitting properly completed invoice and membership roster forms and appropriate membership fees on and before November 1st will receive an early bird patch for their club banner. And anytime your club recruits new members throughout the year, you should submit their names and contact information to the Membership Update Center, generate an invoice, and mail the payment to Key Club. In conclusion, the reason I made a video for secretaries and treasurers into one is because the two jobs often go hand in hand. Both positions need support from each other, and in some cases their job descriptions are quite similar. I encourage secretaries and treasurers to become very fond of each other throughout their term and use each other for knowledge and resource, because you will often be working close together. And for all of you who hold the position of both secretary and treasurer, I salute you. You guys are the glues of the clubs, so hold strong. Some friendly reminders from me is that you both have monthly reports that you need to turn in by the 5th of every month for your club. There is a secretary one and a treasurer one. You can find both of these forms on the Southwest District Key Club page at swdkeyclub.org under the Resources tab. even if you already have blank copies, the board adopted 2 new copies that I created, so I strongly suggest you check the website and get those new forms rather than keep the old ones some of you have. Also, remember, in order to be eligible for the early bird dues, you must turn them in by November 1st, and all dues must be submitted by December 1st. Don't turn them in, and you'll be hearing from me. So don't do it. If you'd like to